All right. Welcome, everybody, to the BigRaf Podcast, episode number 3. We are back. We are one short today. Avery is out doing horror things in a different country as he's allowed to since he's single.
We fired him. We fired him because he didn't like grits.
Yeah.
So we got rid of him.
You can't not like grits and be on our show, so we canceled him for a week.
He's suspended.
Suspended for a week.
That's what happens. You hate grits, you get suspended.
Yeah. And so he's out doing horror things.
Horror things.
So this week, what do we got? We've been out for a couple weeks. So there's some topics that we originally planned to talk about before that we are going to get into now. So excuse us if it's, run its course in the news and everything, but we hadn't discussed it. So the first thing, well, you said you had something you wanted to start off with.
I think a great topic would be, of course, Colin Kaepernick and the settlement with the NFL.
Yep.
So, there's been a whole lot of things coming around about nobody knows how much he settled for.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he settle? Did he sell out? That sort of thing,
Yep.
And ultimately now, will an NFL team pick him up?
Yeah.
I think, yes, eventually an NFL team will pick him up. I don't see it as a sellout. I see it as, things have to end sometime, so you might as well, end it.
Yeah.
But as we've mentioned before prior to this, we do believe that it is the NFL admitting guilt in this situation.
Yep. That's what I think. I think because they've gone to war with it's been multiple players that the NFL has had, situations against and lawsuits and things with, and they took it as far as they possibly could, as far as who was it, Ezekiel Elliott, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
They took the full course of the lawsuit and made sure those motherfuckers got suspended and fined and all this shit.
Came back out. Next season got Tom
Tom was like, "Oh, you're gonna get suspended." He was like, "Bullshit."
Yeah.
Played that year. They're like,
and Tom had some lawyers.
Yeah. And then they're like, the next season, got your ass. You still get suspended. We're still fighting this. So for them to be
Zeke Elliott.
Yep.
Basically said that no, there was no wrongdoing.
Yeah.
And still punished him.
Yeah. He didn't even do the shit while he was in the NFL. He was in college. It was what the fuck?
And they should have said, well, no, he didn't actually do it, but because he was charged with it at one point, we're going to go ahead and suspend him.
Exactly. And to think that they just was like, you know what, we're going to settle. We're going to settle with Cap instead of fighting this. To me, that means that they know that they were going to lose. And that was it's almost like it was an admission of guilt. And, hey, we can't win this shit, so we got to throw in the towel. We got to tap out because he's about to get us.
Or my next theory was they didn't want to drag out a very, very expensive lawsuit.
Yeah.
Why spend all that money? Over something that, again, I think ultimately would have led to Kaepernick winning it anyway.
Yeah.
So why not just settle out now?
And not have to deal with the long-term effect of it.
Absolutely.
That's true. That's true as well. But I saw some people ask, do I think that he sold out by taking the settlement instead of continuing to fight and all that other stuff? Is he selling out because he took the money and ended his lawsuit against the NFL? What do you think?
I don't think so because, like I said, how far can you really take that shit? Like I said, things have to die sometimes. We have to kind of move on with it. It's, fine. Colin Kaepernick did what he did. Who really cares at this point? You know, because there's, how it is with anything. There's like a wave, that you ride, to where you can make the most impact.
Yep.
Obviously, Colin Kaepernick, when he first did it, became big national media news. Social media was blown up with this is amazing. Other people were like, he should be shot because how dare you do that? And it's like, what's wrong with you people, right?
Yeah.
Why is everybody going crazy? But now everybody's paying attention. Or I think the words he actually uses that now the conversation has started.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
it peaked. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's no more that you can actually gain from continuing that kind of publicity, you know?
Yeah.
Just to continue on, people lose focus.
Yep.
You know?
And that's
people start to not care.
That's already what's happening is that the narrative has changed so much from the very beginning. The very beginning was, all right, he's standing or he was sitting down initially. He was sitting down because of injustice for people of color from police. So then military member tells him, hey, don't sit, take a knee, which is what we do when in this situation. He said, all right, let me do that. Then somehow the narrative gets switched that he's disrespecting military members.
Exactly. When
a military member is who told him to kneel. So it's like, exactly. I get what you're saying with that because the longer things go on, it's just the narrative is going to continue to change. And it's going to, one side or the other is going to make them look bad as far as, either the NFL or Kaepernick. Do I think he sold out? No. I don't think he sold out at all. I think, for one, we don't know how much he made. And it wasn't just him. It's him and Eric Reed. And then Eric Reed he played last season. He played for the Panthers, which I was happy about, being a Panthers fan. But he played for the Panthers. They just re-signed him, too. So he's full-fledged back now. And he was like the most drug-tested player in the league last season. He had like 7 drug tests.
That's interesting.
And he didn't even play the full season. He played, I think he came to the Panthers week 5 or 6 or something like that. And 7 drug tests? It's like, I don't know. I don't think that they just said, man, I'm in this to get the money, and then let's end this. I think he still wants to play. I think he did everything that he could as far as bringing the awareness to it, because now everybody's talking about it. It's not just It's not just you hear black people are like, man, this is happening to us, and nobody cares. We're just gonna ignore it. It's everywhere. It's throughout the country now. This is a whole big deal that everybody's speaking about. So in that sense, I say he was successful. He succeeded in what he needed to do to bring attention to it. And now everything, what was this? I just saw it yesterday. You know how they have all these barbecue Beckies and the guys that the police called on them at Starbucks and all these things. Yeah. So yesterday there was one that I read about, or I watched a video about this guy had his dog at the dog park. And I guess his dog, they're running around playing. Dogs do that.
Was the dog black?
The guy was black. I remember the dog's color.
Poor dog.
That'd be hilarious. But the dog ran up to this white woman's dog, and while they're running around playing, the dog tried to hump the woman's dog. Don't shit. And he tried to hump the woman's dog, and she's like, your dog can't do that. You need to leave. He's like, no, the dogs. They do that.
Yeah, that's
and so she called the police on him.
So, what?
Because his dog tried to hump her dog. And the police officer came out. He's like, you can see he was kind of like, why the fuck is this my job? What is this my job?
Did the cop be like, woman, get out of here? Like,
he talked. I think they cut it. Like,
was it a woman, a man? I don't.
It was a woman that called the police.
A woman called the police.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Be like, why are you calling me? Like,
and like while because the guy's filming everything while she's like, you can't do it. He's like, my dog didn't do it. Their dogs didn't do this.
Break up the dogs.
He's like, hey, I got him when he did it. I got him off. It's like,
yeah, the dog will listen.
It's like it's not that serious. And then she's going
a bulldog that just used to terrorize my leg until we got it cut.
Yeah.
Like a bulldog with balls is like insane.
Yeah,
like just bruised the hell out of us.
Dogs do that.
Right, if they're animals.
Yeah, like she lost her shit, and then her friends there like.
I understand maybe she like if he like attacked you, like
Yeah,
you
that's
never
different.
bite me.
That's
shit,
different,
you know?
yeah.
But it's like
little leg humping,
yeah,
not some doggy style,
right, yeah.
And it was a dog. It wasn't like he came up on her. It was your dog. Right. They're playing, and he just like let me get a little action.
Yeah, he like let me just see what happens.
Yeah.
See if she turns around, and belts me in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean it's not that serious. And the cop kind of was like, all right, I gotta talk to people, and that's what. Right. But that's what overall. I mean,
well, you kind of bring it up, and we're about to go off. Is you mentioned that, like, now I got to talk to people. It's like, what happened in our country, in our society, where people don't discuss things anymore? Settle it, amongst themselves. Like the kid that got arrested for not standing for the flag, like for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
They called the cops on him. The cop came and arrested an 11-year-old boy. Why? Because if that happened when we were in school, it'd have been like, okay, look, come here. You got to go to the principal's office, and we're going to sit and have a conversation. We're going to talk about why we do this and how it is possibly, at that age, you're right to not do that if you choose not to. But there's a conversation that goes with it.
Yep.
We don't call the cops on people that don't do what we want them to do, and we sure as hell don't call the cops on children. They don't know any better.
He doesn't.
It's like, and the fail on the cop for even doing it. Because if I'd have been a cop showed up, I'd be like, what am I hearing here? They're like, well, he wouldn't stand for the flag. I'd have been like, y'all call me when something more serious happens. I'm going back to my donuts.
I'm out of here. I don't understand if it was that serious. If it was that serious and you had the issue with the kid not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, like you said first, we should have took him to the principal's office.
Huh.
Like if it's that bad,
or maybe just go out in the hall and have a conversation.
Yeah, pull him out. Pull him out. Hey, you can't be doing that.
I can't even say that you can't do that, because I'm definitely not in the business of telling children like, well, you can't do this and can't do that. Yeah. When it very well would be your right to do it as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That
pull them out in the hallway, talk to them.
Yeah, have a conversation with them.
See what's going on, because they're kids.
They're kids. They'll listen. But most of the time.
If it was that serious that you needed to call somebody else, you could have called the kid's parent.
Or that, like you called the cops.
Yeah.
You called the cops.
For an 11-year-old.
For an 11,
what is that? Sixth grade, 5th grade, 6th grade?
I don't know.
6th grade, just about 6th grade. Still it was about to be 6th grade. Yeah.
Elementary school.
For him sitting there.
Now I understand that. Now, of course, that is way different than like Colin Kaepernick's situation.
Yeah. But him doing, we went way this way.
Yeah.
But him doing that, though, brings the attention to all these other things.
Exactly.
Who was that said it? Was it Will Smith or Denzel? One of the two big American black great actors. One of them said something about this. I think it was Will Smith. This has been happening for decades. It just wasn't cell phones and stuff before.
I don't know, and I agree.
I'm pretty sure that was Will Smith. But
wasn't big on the media.
Yeah, but now we have the cell phones to show everything, and now we have Kaepernick's voice further putting this out here. Now every time something like this is going to happen, now it's like, oh, well, that's injustice. Now this is injustice. You see this bullshit that's happening. We see, because even when it was Trayvon Martin and these people back in the day, where it was like, that's kind of questionable. It was like, it happened. This person.
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like what you just said, it's just like, okay, there's certain, like some of the shootings, we can always give like our public opinion based on what we're seeing on a cell phone video, and be like, okay, Trayvon Martin, sad situation, somebody lost their child, I get it. Who's to say who was really at fault? I don't know. We weren't there. We weren't in the trial. We don't know what actually happened. We don't know all the facts, right? Understood. Everybody's going to have their opinion. But when you have certain situations like that, and it's like, clearly there's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah.
Why is this happening? Why are we making a big deal out of it? I'm telling you, it's I've called it, I don't know if I created it or not, but I call it execution by social media.
Yeah.
Execution by society, to shorten it a little bit, in this case, due to social media, you can totally ruin your entire life due to popular opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though you did nothing wrong. Because think about it. If Colin Kaepernick didn't have as much support as he does from all races across the spectrum. You know, if everybody was just like, 1940 America.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick, who?
Yeah.
Who's Colin Kaepernick? We shut that down. Didn't that happen to a basketball player like back in the 80s or early 90s?
Yeah.
And then who's that guy? See, we can't even remember his name because they shut him
I
out.
know it. I just can't say it right.
You know what I'm saying?
Abdul Rauf. I can't say it's Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. He used to play for the Nuggets. I know exactly.
But he got shut out. They just what happened to that guy?
He didn't even take a knee or anything. Right. He was just kind of I think he was sitting like this and said a prayer there. They're like, oh my God.
Right.
Nah. This guy was out of the league in record time. Never to be heard from. They gave him the Chris Benoit. Yeah. Chris Benoit, this guy.
They removed everything. They edited all the NBA videos and everything. Yeah. They're check out this jump shot. Well, we had to edit that because of a certain person that was in the shot there. Sorry, you didn't get to see the jumper. But
you see the ball get passed to the corner and then
it's like, wait a second, that was supposed to be into the second. How are we 2 minutes into the third period now?
Somebody's coming up to guard somebody. They're about to get dunked on. Yeah. Clip. Into the game.
Or they edited him out like the Invisible Man. The guy's just guarding somebody who's not even there.
Just a shadow.
What happened?
They did that guy. They put him out. I never seen nobody get put out the league that quick. People kill people. Are like, man, we're going to go. You punch a woman in the face and you still get to play in the league. Exactly. Your team will still sign you.
Times have changed.
Oh my goodness! I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot all about it. And he came up right when the Kaepernick stuff was happening. I forgot all about that. Damn, they did him wrong. So yeah, I don't think he sold out. I think him them doing a settlement to me means he won. I would say he won in this instance because the NFL has the ability to continue that, and I feel like it would have went into eventually they might have pulled off a screw job to be like, no, we didn't do this, but a settlement to me means he won. I mean, there was something that they might have been hiding, or they saw that there was something that could have made the NFL look bad. So, you know what? Let's just sell this.
Do anything we already know. Yeah. I mean, come on. You signed butt fumble before Colin Kaepernick. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and be like, Kaepernick is one of the greatest QBs ever played the game. Yeah. Absolutely not. For most teams, he's not a starter because they already got solid QBs. Yeah. But when you got more than a few QBs go down before the beginning of the season, and I see the Mark Sanchez is popping up, and who was the other cat that they pulled up before him too? What's his face?
Oh, Hoyer?
No.
You talking about Miami?
Yeah.
Chicago's old QB.
Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
They went and pulled Jay Cutler out of retirement. A guy who quit during the playoff game was basically like, the game's too hard. I gotta just go sit down.
I can't do this
anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's like, dude, this is this game's not over at all. And you just gonna go sit down and be like, my leg hurts. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's what happened, but it's like, well, let's go get Jay Cutler out of retirement, and it's like, you had a perfectly fine quarterback that you could have went and snatched up and could have led your team at least to a winning record. Yeah. I'm not saying they would have made playoffs because I know Miami's I wouldn't say they're in a tough division, but they're in the Patriots division, so that automatically makes it tough. Not saying you're going to be at the top of the division. Not saying you're going to make playoffs. You probably would have been able to compete. Patriots slip up a little bit, you might be in there,
But you didn't because you have this issue with him. I understand, say, the Ravens, when they talked to him, but they didn't bring him in. I kind of understand that because you did draft Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. And then you did have, even though he didn't play, you still had RG3. Mm-hmm. And then you had Flacco. I understand why the Ravens, if there's one team that I'm like, all right, maybe y'all didn't really need him. I would say the Ravens. I get it. I get it. Carolina is one of the teams that they're talking about should look at it now. But recently they're talking about, I think Coach Rivera came out and said that they wouldn't, if Cam's okay, they're not going to look at a veteran quarterback.
Right.
Because they said his progress right now is a little bit better than they expected. Because at first they were saying Cam sitting out the entire season. So they said that if he's okay, which it seems like he is right now, they're not going to look at veterans. They're just going to let him stay and build up the backup, the rookies that they have, or the the young players. So I get that too.
I mean, it all has to do with money and salary cap too. And this brings up also a good point. Kaepernick was asking for $20 million from the Alliance of American Football.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of discussed it already. Maybe he said $20 million because that would have covered expenses for the whole thing, or he knew they were in the middle of a settlement.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I can't really take anything right now. $20 million is my price, because if you give me $20 million, that'll cover what I'm going to get from this.
Yep.
Okay, understandable. AAF is struggling, so I mean that's why maybe that's just smart. But like, I'll take $20 million because I ain't taking $250,000 a year if y'all ain't gonna be able to make the payroll.
Yep, and they about to fold.
Exactly. XFL, same thing. Like we don't. The history of XFL is not good.
And then Vince and Vince McMahon, they're talking like they would try to make him, if he wanted to kneel, they would try to make him be like, no, you can't do that.
Right.
So,
and they have that right when it's a company like that. I get it. You have that right to make your own rules. That's fine. That's totally your business whether or not you want to play for them too. That's your right as well. So, do I think it's a money issue because people are thinking like, well, Kaepernick thinks he's worth $20 million. I don't think that's the case. He's not, even if he does think that, because nobody's going to pay that much for him. You know. However, what I think he should do, he needs to start creeping teams that are struggling with their QB situation, and he's willing to just sign maybe for like a 1-year deal just to see how it goes. I personally think Jacksonville's a perfect spot for him to land. I'm a Jags fan.
Yep.
Blake Bortles was kind of in there, so I understand you didn't want to be involved the first time with this because he did take us to an AFC championship and almost a damn Super Bowl.
Yep.
Next season, I get it. Jacksonville kind of had some struggles with a lot of the injuries and everything, but Blake's performance did go down.
Yep.
So we're going to have Blake Bortles, obviously. But to put a little bit of competitiveness within the QB situation. Bring in Cap for a year. Just like, hey, we want to check you out for a year. Say to compete for his position. See how we do this year. If it works out, it works out. We're off to a good contract. You know? If it doesn't work out, then you can shop other teams. Like, it's no big deal.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, the bottom line, no, we don't think collectively. We don't think that he's sold out. We don't think that I think it's good. I think it's good. It's done. You had your issue. You guys came to an agreement. You won.
Yeah.
It's over.
It is.
I would like to know just how much I would like to know how much it was, just so I can know how much he got and how much Eric Reid got on top of his deal. Because Eric Reid is signed for 3 years to Carolina. I think it was a 3-year deal. So a 3-year deal plus you get this settlement. So I would like to know how much. I'm assuming Cap got a way bigger amount than what Eric Reid got. But that's about as much as I would like to know of the particulars.
Probably never find out.
Yeah.
Non-disclosure agreement was probably signed.
Yeah, I think they did say there was one.
So.
But yeah, we were on Cap for a little bit.
Yeah, we were. But we were talking about execution by society though, which made me think Jussie Smollett.
Mm-hmm.
The way he said it,
yeah.
So obviously everybody knows what the guy did. And I understand there's still people that are even like out like support, but like, no, he didn't do that. And it's like apparently the evidence is there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like charging him. He's going to get charged. And it doesn't make any sense what happened. I'm not even going to go through everything that happened, obviously, because people have heard many, many different, theories about it. But I don't think I've seen the quickest turn in social media.
Oh man!
Than what I did over those couple days, because the media itself, they were promoting like, this is a hate crime.
Yep.
This is so terrible. Oh my God. How dare they treat someone that way? And as soon as like the cops were like, well, he's under investigation because we don't think this happened. And the media was like,
we turned on him.
So in other news, you know,
they
let's talk about the summit that's happening in Vietnam. And then everybody's like, well, what about the Jussie Smollett case? And the news is like, who?
What happened?
Who's that? We don't know who that is.
Yeah, we don't know that
You're
guy.
like, oh, y'all don't know who it is, huh?
Turn it back quick as shit.
So even social media, by tweeting, be like, this is such a terrible hate crime. Oh, I hope he gets justice. You heard me say it. When Al Sharpton turns against you, you fucked up.
Yep.
Like, you
lost the black leader.
Like, he straight up was like, he should be punished to the full extent of the law. I was like, oh. Like,
granted, Al's standing ain't as it was back in the day, but still, Al usually don't turn though.
No, he doesn't. Like, they'd be like, dude, this cat ran into a house and murdered 17 people. He'd be like, they're just trying to keep the black man down, saying he murdered 17 people. When it was only 15. You're like, dude, that's still wrong.
Yeah, Al would defend you to the end. Yeah. I can't remember another time where Al was like, nah. Al said, damn, that motherfucker fucked up. I'm out of here.
Even he's like, in other news, like,
I don't know this guy anymore.
Like, execution by society.
And look, I was trying to hold out as long as I could on Jussie, man. I was like, you know, there's no. I tried to pull the whole. We don't have the facts. We don't have the 100% proof. But
no, I agree with you. That's how you should be.
Yeah, I was really trying, but you can't stage your own ass whooping, and then you went to Subway, you got a sandwich, and then you had your ass whooping staged. And then you forgot that the camera wasn't set to where the camera that you were thinking was going to film the whole shit on the street isn't set to where you thought you were going to get your ass beat. So then you take a pointless ass whooping for no reason. Yeah. And then you grab your sandwich and go home and still eat the sandwich. Like, I think they said the report came out, was like the Subway wrappers in his trash can. Like, the last thing that I'm thinking after getting my ass beat is like, man, grab my sandwich and go
that's
home.
What I think. If I was a victim of a hate crime, I'd be like, you know what makes me feel better? It's Subway.
Man.
That cold cut combo, people like that'll make you feel better.
I still gotta eat this meatball marinara after I got my ass beat.
Like soggy ass bread. Yeah. It was in there for an hour.
And it was cold out. So you know that shit, you probably had the shit nice and toasted and everything.
I wanna know where you find a 24-hour Subway.
That's the question nobody's asking. Like, Subway closes at fucking 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Since when the
Maybe
Subway?
in Chicago is different. Maybe they got 24-hour Subways. Because they said he was coming out the club, but like I don't think it'd be like he was like, man, let's go to the club. Let me go get the Subway real fast. Let me go get this foot long. And then stuck it in his pocket while he was at somebody like he danced with somebody, be like, you smell onions? Like, no, not at all. Like,
that's this tuna sandwich. Come here, girl. Oh, hold on. Fuck out of here. I've never seen. I can't think of a Subway that stays open that late. You can barely find McDonald's that are open.
I don't know, these days, back in the day, you could find a whole lot of them. Like McDonald's-wise, it'd be like all of them up 24 hours, but now they're just like, well, we close late. They'll close at like 1.
Yeah.
And then, because they found like those peak hour, or those, I won't say peak hours, those late night hours, not a lot of people were coming through during a certain time.
Never in my clubbing days.
Drive-throughs open, not the lobby.
Never in my clubbing days have I said, oh man, I'm drunk and hungover. Let me go get a $5 footlong. Never. I don't know anybody, because maybe I didn't club that much, but I know some other people that usually you want something greasy. You don't want healthy Subway.
That's why we all go to Waffle House.
You want to go to Waffle House. You're gonna go get a burger, greasy ass burger.
Cookout.
Yep. Some fucking fries. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get... That's why Rallies and Checkers, whatever, either one. That's why restaurants like that are open that late. Burger joints. Not Subway, not, healthy options.
Not the veggie grill's not hanging out at like 2 a.m. in the morning. Like,
So, man, you chose every bit of the wrong sources for your story.
Yeah, he really did. But even let's just say for argument's sake, let's say it's true, right? Let's just say it is. I just want to know what in your mind what made you get Subway that late at night? How did you get it? I want to know, like, what 25? Maybe there is. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I've never been there. Don't know if there is a Subway. I've been to Chicago, but I've never been to every little, corner of Chicago.
Yep.
Maybe there is a 24-hour Subway. That's really cool if they got that. Like, I'm jealous. Like, I think they should be everywhere. But were you just like in the club, like dancing and on the television? You was like, damn, that $5 footlong look good.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go out here and go grab this. There's one right across the street.
You get a crazy craving for a footlong. I mean, he is the gay Tupac. Maybe he wanted a footlong at one of the morning.
I feel like I need to start searching through Tupac's history and be like, I wonder if he ever got a Subway sandwich.
There's a correlation.
He really is.
I feel like I've heard every Tupac album, and I don't remember him saying.
No mention the Subway.
2:00 in the morning. Give me some Subway. I've never heard Pac say that.
That's pretty good impression.
Now I'm gonna have to go back and listen to Pac's albums and see if there's a Subway reference in there. But then, not only did you fuck up with that part, but then you leave the noose around your neck. Like, I don't know if I'm setting up a racist attack, I'm taking that off. Even if it was legit.
Right.
If it was legit and you got your ass beat, get this shit off me. I'm not gonna walk home or walk back to my apartment with that on my neck.
Right, exactly.
That one that never made it back to my house.
And that's for anybody, I think. Like, no, who wants to leave that kind of stuff on them? And I feel like nobody in their right mind is like they're like, when they pour bleach on my head and that sort of thing. Did you immediately run and get your hair dyed back? Did it bleach your head? Did you look like Eminem after it was all said and done? You know what I mean? It's like, did you go and bleach your head? I mean, wash.
No,
your hair
he went home and ate the Subway.
Right,
the bleachy, cold Subway. He went home and ate it. Like that. And then you're doing the racist attack, and then you hire two black guys, Nigerians?
I think they said
you hired two Nigerians. They're like, what parts?
That rolled on you.
Yeah.
They're like, we hired as friends.
Even they turned on them.
Yeah, they turned on you too. That's what I'm saying. Like, social media turned on you, the news turned on you, Al Sharpton turned on you, and your friends are the ones who ultimately turned on you, quote unquote friends.
You know who I feel bad for? And this is crazy that I feel bad for this. Fucking Ellen Page.
Oh.
Fucking Juno was on some show, and she's like down there in tears about to fucking cry. And this is just, because she's gay as well.
Right.
So, it was a gay hate crime and all this, and she's about to cry and break down because, oh, this is so terrible. I can't believe they did this to him. She's passionate. She's like really, you can tell she's like really hurt. And she's just, oh man, I stand with you, and I can't believe they would do this. This is 2019, and it was still happening. I can't believe. And then you lied.
Yeah.
And now you make her look like, like terrible because she was defending you and standing up for you. And here you are making people like that are passionate and defending you and really are standing up for these issues and trying to do something about these issues. You making her look stupid. Not to mention everybody across the world that supported you.
But that's their problem. I think society can learn a lesson from this, even though they won't. They won't. Because people are stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for the facts to come out. Yeah. Wait 48 hours. Wait 48 hours after a story breaks. 9 times out of 10, it's like a wave. It just goes away.
Yep.
See what happens with it. And wait for the facts to actually come out. So jumping on, everybody's looking for a bandwagon to jump on, you know? Everybody's looking for a bandwagon to jump on. And and the other things I don't like, the other things I hate hearing coming out of people's mouths is they're like, well, this looks bad for, you know, gay people and black people. And I'm just like, I don't think it does. Not for me.
No.
Because I judge people based on their actions. Mm-hmm. Like I don't loop him in to be like,
he represents all.
You represent everybody. You're giving all of them a bad name. Not at all. You're giving yourself a bad name. Like, it has nothing to do with everybody else.
It made him look bad.
Like, nobody else need to be ashamed for his actions.
Yeah.
You know, it has nothing to do with it. You know?
You were talking about, like, shame or death by social media earlier when we were talking about Cap. But also, and I think me and you might have talked about it before, there was a guy, when all this stuff was happening, it was a guy on Facebook that somebody posted hate crime against Jussie Smollett. And everybody's like, defending him. This is terrible. People are crazy. America sucks. And all this stuff. But it was one guy. It was like one white guy. He was like, I don't know. We should probably wait and see what happens. And everybody they just shitted on this. It was like,
destroyed him, huh?
Everybody, no, how dare you say this, motherfucker? Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, look, I'm just saying, there's a chance that he made this shit up. And he's like, I saw it happen. There was a white woman that did this 26 years ago. Right. And he shared the link. And I was like, damn, I didn't know this happened. Yeah, she said that, somebody killed their kids and drove the car into the river and all this stuff. And he's like, I'm just saying, he could have made this up. No, you lie, you're a racist, you're a lying sack of shit, this would never happen. And he was right.
Right.
This poor guy got
That's
roasted.
The difference between people that actually look at a situation versus just seeing it in their feed and they're like, hate crime, I need to forward this out to everyone and give my thoughts on it. Be like, you didn't read the fucking article.
Nuh-uh.
Like, you just read if you really pay attention, you'll see articles that they'll say something crazy. They'll be like, individual kills 15 people. And then when you click on it, they're like, so a person assaulted an individual, and you're like, wait a second, that had nothing to do with, like, the article. Like, y'all just trying to get, it's like clickbait almost. Yep. It's like, we're just trying to get you to click on this article and read it. Lies everywhere. Nobody is paying attention.
Pretty much.
And I think that's the biggest thing people can actually learn. It's like, if you haven't thought right now in 2019, given certain things in the world, but you should pay closer attention versus jumping on bandwagons, then I can't help you. And society can't help you.
Since we're talking about this, I wanted to go, because yesterday there was an NFL player. I'm going to switch it a little bit. There was an NFL player who, dang it, they're not going to show it anymore. Matter of fact, he wasn't an NFL player. He played for, Texas colleges. Not Temple, not UT. What's the green and gold one in Texas? Dang it, I'm drawing the blank. Where RG3 go to college at?
I have no idea.
Baylor.
Oh.
Baylor. So this defensive back, all right, I got the article. This defensive back, he got found, Sean Oakman was found not guilty of raping another student in 2016. This came out yesterday. All right. They said that I guess they said that he did it 2016. Luckily, he ain't been in jail all this time. He just,
Oh, that's good.
So that's why it's good. But they came out and said, hey, they don't have anything to say. I guess those two, the guy and the girl, had a relationship before. They were like dating. Mm-hmm. And then I guess they went out or something. He wanted to spend time with her. Wanted to, hey, let's come back to, do the thing back at the crib. And then she tried to be like, no, he raped me. And he didn't. So this guy was coming out of college, was projected to go second or third round, and didn't get to go because you said that he raped you. And he didn't. So now this kid's potential for, I was about to make big money.
I know, that's terrible.
You're gonna make some. He probably wasn't gonna make first round big money, but he was gonna make some millions. nonetheless.
He's gonna make more working than working at Subway.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna be giving Jussie Smollett
Right.
meatball marinara. That sounds bad.
It does.
Meatball marinara footlong at 2 a.m. after listening to a Tupac album at the club.
So what happened to the girl though?
Nothing.
They gonna arrest her, but like, dude, you trying to ruin people's lives.
And that's what I was wanting to get to, because this is the second time that I know off the top of the head that the other guy was same situation, but he was on his way to college. He wasn't.
Yeah. That's a dude that did like 5 years.
Yeah, he
she
did.
came back and was like, "No, I lied about it." I'm like, this dude did 5 years in prison.
Years in jail.
Like 5 years in prison, and you're an NFL prospect. Man, that's a lot of time lost.
Yep. See, he couldn't. This guy Oakman has the potential that he could, because I guess he played in a minor league football.
He can bring it back.
He could come back and get a second shot. The other guy, he was done. Like, I think the Falcons gave him a chance, but ultimately, you were in prison for 5 years.
Yeah, he's not shit.
You're done. You didn't have a chance. I'm like, I think that if this happens, I could say right now, me and you sitting in here, and say this camera wasn't on. I walk out here, oh, they stabbed me. Oh, shit. And it turns out they arrest you and do everything. It turns out I stabbed myself. Motherfucker, and I just blamed you. I should be punished for that. Same with these people that swearing that somebody raped them and nothing ever happened to you. You should do the time that he was about. Maybe not all the way, but you should do something. You should, if he lost 2 years of his life, you should at least get house arrest or something for 2 years to make up for the fact that you cost this person pain, suffering, money, all this stuff.
But we have to think though, lying's not a crime.
It's not.
Kneeling during the national anthem is.
Very good.
That's
point.
how messed up our society.
Exactly. You get crucified for kneeling during the anthem, but you can lie and be like, somebody raped you.
Exactly.
And you get to walk free.
Yep.
Nothing's ever going to happen.
Just go change your name. It never going to happen at all. Because no one's going to be like, aren't you the girl that accused old boy of rape? Nobody's going to remember that shit.
Nope.
We can't even remember the name of the dude that went to prison. Sure as hell we can't remember the name of the girl that like accused him.
Nope.
You get off with that stuff.
It's a damn shame. I feel like I read that and got instantly mad yesterday as soon as I saw it. And I was like, that. Granted, now I'm not going to say this kid is 100% clean. And luckily they didn't go back because they said that he had been arrested when he played for Penn State. I guess he was a transfer. He had got arrested for like stealing or something. And I'm glad that they didn't throw that into this case. I guess they purposely didn't put it into this case because the jury would have tried to.
Well, they always try and do that, though. They'd be like, well, you know, he was arrested when he was 17 years old for stealing a CD from Walmart.
Yep.
So, you know, he's a known criminal. Mm-hmm. That's not a known criminal.
Yeah. And
that's some 17-year-old kid doing some stupid shit.
They said he stole, like, a sandwich from the store.
Okay, now I question, like, was he hungry?
He was hungry. But still, they didn't put that into this.
Thievery is thievery. Yeah, I understand. But it's like, that's a big difference of being like, you know,
he held the store at gunpoint or something.
Yeah, or like it was like he ran in and he snatched a $2 sandwich off the shelf because he was really hungry and ran out. Mm-hmm. Versus like he ran in with a mask and a big old shotgun and stuck it in somebody's face and was destroying shit and demanding that they give him all the money in the register. We're talking stole a sandwich, violent act. Mm-hmm. You know, violence tends to it spreads a lot. You know, in people. Mm-hmm. You know, if you were a violent kid, you're probably going to be a violent adult type thing. Yeah. Not always the case. Not always the case. Yeah. But, you know, chances are. You know, but I stole a sandwich.
So you got to be life.
That's
you got to be life.
You know, like here they're like, well, we also got him because we were running after him. He turned around and threw that sandwich right back at us in his face. That's assault with a deadly weapon. Like, what? Like, it was a sandwich.
Then he threw a noose around that neck and poured bleach on us. And said, holler if you hear me. Oh, shit, Jesse fucked up. Oh, man. That shit. Fuck him, man. Damn, man. All you had was one thing on Empire. You just ruined your whole career. You're done, dude. Now, granted, I'm also, to come back to him, yes, you fucked up, and we should move on.
Yes,
we should move on. Everybody should move on.
that's true.
He's gonna get whatever punishment that he's gonna get from this, and we should all move on. And we should still. He is still, a human, and we should.
Right.
support.
Exactly.
I get it,
Exactly.
but you gotta take these jokes. You gotta take.
You got to.
You gotta know that the jokes are gonna come.
The Trevor Noah Lifetime.
Oh, I still gotta watch it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Nah, I still gotta go back and. I saw part of it. I gotta go back and.
It's like I'm like, whew, like this is great. This is great. But I think that one takes the cake. Like I don't say you can do anything. Like, I don't think Saturday Night Live can do anything better than that. Like Trevor Noah got it. But no, you're right though. I mean, he is still a person. He messed up. He did some wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He'll pay for it. And when he does pay for it, then let's move on.
Yeah.
Like it's time to move on.
I will say,
so there'll be another Jussie Smollett. Don't worry, people. Like there'll be another one. Mm-hmm. Might not be this year. Might not be next year. Might be even 5 years from now. There'll be another.
It wasn't like it was a crime against somebody else.
Right.
You've committed a crime against yourself.
Because some people will be like, well, it was a crime against, we'll say the Trump administration or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, not really. Like, it really wasn't. So you can't, because I think those are people always trying to make things political. It's like, well, let's make it political. I understand he was kind of somewhat trying to make it political. But it was, you're right. It wasn't against like one single individual, Same with the Kaepernick situation. Well, he did, it wasn't like, I'm basically calling you out,
Yeah.
That's not what's happening,
You committed a crime against yourself.
Oh, basically.
You did this to
you ruined yourself.
You
can't blame social media. You can't blame anybody else. Well, you could have easily just left the club, went home with your $5 footlong, and then woke up the next day and you wouldn't have been news, And then your career would have been intact. And everything would have been fine. I mean, if you truly are the gay Tupac, what were you worried about?
Nothing. You shouldn't have been.
I mean, if you're that good.
Yeah, which people always say stuff like that to make themselves look better than
I feel like that's,
really
there's only one cat on the entire planet that ever got away with that shit, and that was Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody's like, Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time. Yeah, because he said it. That's why.
Yeah.
Most people, like you said, anybody that brags about themselves like that, they're like, dude, you were clearly not.
Mm-hmm.
But Ali was able to back that up. So
I'm the greatest, and I'm going to knock you out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. That was what he was supposed to do.
Jussie is not Ali.
Jussie is not Ali.
Nor is he the gay Pac.
Nor is he Pac at all.
Not even close.
Not even close. Like, dude, right now you're not even.
You're not me.
Like, yeah.
You're not BigRaf right now. Exactly. I have my understanding than you right now.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Man, we're gonna. You want to talk about the Lion King trailer? Let's move away from that guy and move on to
something sad.
What are we about? Is it June? Is end of June that the movie comes out?
They said. I just don't want to relive it again.
In real now. It's not like
because like now people just I don't want to say people just really like anyone younger than us because we're really the last of our generation. That whole now people they're like all the movie trailers all over the place. The publicity for movies are just crazy out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only time we saw a movie trailer was at the beginning of movies when you went to the movie theater to see them. And if you were just, like, randomly watching television.
Yep.
It's like, oh, my goodness, it's the new Lion King trailer. Like, everybody shut the fuck up in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I was a 10-year-old kid saying that to everybody.
You said that.
I got to see the 2 minutes of the Lion King trailer because I want to see it so bad. You know? And then, of course, it comes out. We're so excited. We're like, we got to see this movie. It's wonderful. And then, of course, you see the certain scenes, and you're just like, "This is some sad shit."
Yeah, and it was. The girls were watching it earlier, and it's stuff that is like, man, this is gonna be live action now. This isn't a cartoon,
right?
So, of course, they're gonna bring them out, and and like that was oh man, it's the baby,
yeah,
and then. I'm not gonna when Mufasa's gonna be hanging on the cliff. It's gonna be like
Mufasa goes down.
It's gonna be real in the theater. I'm gonna be mad at Scar, and I might have to turn away from the girls when Dad, get up.
Cause you got yes, the teardrop.
Y'all look away for a second. I'm gonna go get some popcorn.
Yeah, Daddy, you okay? You crying? No, I'm not got my allergies about me. Like I can't. I gotta go ahead and get some nasal spray.
Then they're gonna have Simba and Nala with Timon and Pumbaa singing.
Yeah.
Why is that even? You got two little animals watching these lions screw. The pig. I don't even know what Timon is. What, muskrat? Is he a muskrat?
He's a meerkat.
Meerkat. So you got a meerkat and a pig sitting here watching these lions screw and sing.
He's a warthog.
Warthog.
Yeah, it's not a pig.
He got mad about the pig.
Exactly.
I guess.
He's warthog.
Yeah, you got warthog and meerkat providing your soundtrack while you screw, and they're watching.
Yeah,
they're can you feel the love? And they're watching. It's like they didn't like turn away and be like singing. Can you?
Right,
they're like,
he's on top. He's on top of Pumbaa.
I think it's the better view.
Yeah.
Let me continue to sing and provide this soundtrack for them to screw.
Yeah. This is a love-making scene.
Yeah. And this is a Disney cartoon.
It is a Disney cartoon.
And now it's about to be live action. It's disgusting. But it's gonna be great in the theater.
What is this, Animal Planet?
Yeah. It went from like all the real shit. There was a scene about stampeding herd of everything, and it was like a lion. It was a picture back in the day I saw. I think it was from Animal Planet, and then this was before this live action became like a real idea. But it was years ago, and you see a lion like out in the front, like looking at it, and you see the herd behind them, and somebody captioned it and was like, Simba, no. But it wasn't really Lion King. But I was like, oh shit. And now here's this movie, and this is really about to happen in this movie. And then right after that, you got Lion King about to come out and ruin everybody's emotions. You got Aladdin coming out, and then Toy Story 4 is coming. It's like we're gonna be in the theaters just us. These are movies for us.
It is. Well, because they do that because I think Hollywood's running out of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, we got to repackage this stuff. They do it with everything. They do movie remakes. They recreate, like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. They do that shit. Star Wars, they're even doing it with now.
Mm-hmm. I
understand they're like, well, we're just playing off the originals. There's still no movies, and you start an entire generation of people that haven't seen that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They're even remaking Child's Play.
I saw that.
I'm just like, so they're really trying to. That's what I'm saying, man. They're running out of ideas.
Damn, what was it was one more that I was about to to wrap up the movie thing, and probably looking at the time, probably wrap it. You think we to wrap up the entire thing? Did you watch Tag yet?
I did not. Ooh,
you gotta watch.
I didn't watch Tag. However, I did watch Creed 2.
Amazing.
Fucking amazing.
I need to watch it again.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into the movie in case nobody's seen it. If you haven't seen it, you need to go out. And you just need to go watch it tonight. Rent it on Apple TV, Amazon, whatever you need to do.
Yep.
Just go watch it. If you haven't seen any other Rocky movie prior to that, you
punch
got
yourself
issues.
In the face.
Punch yourself in the face. Go Jussie Smollett yourself. And then go and start with Rocky and then move forward. And then you need to see Creed 2 because it's absolutely amazing.
What I will say about Tag, and I know some people don't like Tag. I spoke with one of my buddies. He's like, he wasn't into it. But
it's on my list.
I think you need to watch it because the overall message of it is never stop having fun.
I like that.
And I think that gets lost when you become an adult. And I thought about that because we're talking about these movies that are made. They're for kids, but really we're going to be in the theaters like, oh man, it's Lion King and Aladdin and stuff. But I think as you get older, you start to, your responsibilities change and things get more serious and you have to do all this stuff. But you got to continue to do the things that you did as a child to have fun, to keep, break up the monotony, to have, keep things going. And I think they captured that in that movie. I think that's why I watched it on the plane when we were going for my brother's wedding last October, and I didn't finish it. I didn't see what happened at the end. So I was like, oh man, I gotta buy that movie. I gotta go see it. And I went and watched it. We watched it the other night, and I finally finished it. And I was like, that's good. But at the end, after the movie, the credits are about to start rolling, then they show like the inspiration of the movie, and I said, you got me. So it's kind of based off of a real story. So I was like,
I'll check it out.
Definitely worth it. If there's a movie that I would recommend to you all, I would say watch Tag. It's a really good movie. I like the story behind that.
It's not a porn.
It's not a porn. There's probably a porn named Tag. Probably. Don't watch it. If you do, let me know so I can check it out. with Timon and Pumbaa in the back. That's going to do it for this week, man. This was originally how we were going to do this. So I feel like we could have done it.
Could have. I like Avery with us.
I like Avery. A third opinion.
He definitely, because could you have ideas? I have ideas. Mm-hmm. We pull out those ideas, but to have Avery in there as another trigger.
Yep.
Because then he has a totally different perspective.
Exactly.
Like if it was my show and it was my way, mm-hmm. I'd have like a table full of people. Yeah. Just if we had the space.
Hey, if we can do it, we bring more guests in. If you want to be
I like to have guests because I like having their perspectives too. Because we don't want it to just be like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's fun to just kind of have you guys sit there and talk. Mm-hmm. Just have conversation. And that's going to get old after 100 episodes.
Yeah.
As if it lasts that long.
Yeah, I think we can expand out some more.
Yeah, just bring guests in every now and then.
Yep. We got a bigger table out there. We can expand it. Or we can come to somebody else's house.
Yeah, that's true. We can do that as well.
But Avery should be back for the next episode.
He better be back.
His grits suspension ends.
And it ends as soon as this episode's done.
Yep, so he'll be back. We'll be back to 3 on the next one. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. And we'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.